Hello, welcome back, Steve. Down the corner. Take your money and run, Doc. A little play off of Steve Miller. Take the money and run. I was listening to that this morning. But hey, man, I try real hard not to give any advice to anybody. I know very little about any daggone thing. I always say I know nothing about nothing. I just try to give you my honest opinion about how things are for me. But I tell anybody that, man. If you want to go and your numbers work out, man, what the heck are you waiting on? At that point, you're working because you want to, not because you have to. And I always worked because I needed the daggone money, buddy. Once I got to the point I didn't need it, man, I got it. It just wasn't worth it for me to keep going in there. You know, I just, I mean, if you want to stay, hey, man, I don't care. I mean, you got yours and I got mine to worry about. So if that's what you want to do, I don't care. But if you want to go, but you're stuck in that one more year thing, hey, man, one more year is always going to sound great. It's always better to have more than you need. I mean, you got to have that buffer. And it takes $1 to go, man. You can't go out there just on Social Security. Millions of people do it every day, and I understand, man. I've known my share of them. But the problem I've seen with that is if they have one hiccup, it can cause trouble. And depending on how big a hiccup is, it could dig them in a hole they can't get out of, man. Social Security is supposed to prevent seniors from going into poverty. That's what it was designed for. And that's the way I use it, as insurance. I'm taking it late because it gives me that's when I'm more likely to need it. Right now, these first few years of retirement, man, I got them locked down. When I'm going to possibly need the money is later on. But oh, and this week was this was a terrible week, man. That knee problem was causing me Friday. I'd noticed about Wednesday. That's what got me to thinking about it. With this and listening to Steve Miller this morning. But yeah, I noticed about Wednesday or so. Thursday I come out here and fool with this fence a little bit, and that getting up and down off the ground was rough. It was getting down wasn't that hard. Getting back up is what caused me a lot of trouble, and I don't normally have trouble. But I didn't think nothing about it, man. About everything I got, man, from my ankles to all the way up to my shoulders, hurt me at one point or another during the day. It's just habit, but it's wear and tear injuries. Osteoarthritis. I don't have the rheumatoid. Worked with a guy at work had it, man, and he had a tough time. Thankfully, I don't have that. So it's normal for me, man. I don't, normally I don't pay no attention to it. A couple of days it aches and gives me a little bit of trouble, and I can go right on and do what I got to do. But daggone Saturday morning, I got up and I couldn't walk, Doc. My knee wouldn't bend. It swole up huge, double or triple the size it was. And it does that a couple times a year, man. And I know what to do, man. You ice it, you put some liniment on it, you rest it, take something for the pain and wrap it up, and a couple of days I'm finished. It goes away. And it did this time about, I guess it was Wednesday. Wednesday I got feeling okay. But there for 3-4 days, man, I couldn't do a darn thing. I did go over to visit my little lady, and but I couldn't drive on my right leg. I had to drive my left leg. Had to have my right one stretched out over the side while I was driving my left leg because I couldn't bend the sucker. It swelled up so much and hurt. Man, goodness, I seriously don't know if I'd have been working if I'd have went in. I don't know that I'd have been able to. 10 years ago, man, I'd have wrapped it up and took a couple pain pills, Tylenols or whatever, and went on in there. But if it was to happen today, man, I just don't know whether I would have done it. I just don't know. You change as you get older, man. You know, and oh, well, I was over there talking to her. I went in and checked on her. It was right around the corner up there. Back last, just the day before Thanksgiving last year, she had fell. She injured her shoulder, what she'd done. And she still has a little bit of trouble getting her hand over her head like that. Her shoulder hurts when she gets up about here. So, and it was just a fluke, man. It was, she'd been walking the same place, you know, for years, down the sidewalk down in the neighborhood. But there's a little place where it's raised up just a touch. And she caught that this time instead of stepping over, and she sent a tumble in there. But I had to run her, take her car in to get it to the mechanic. And she's just a little short lady, probably about 5 foot maybe. So, and I went in the truck, so she couldn't get up in it. Well, I was afraid she wouldn't be able to get up in it because she wouldn't be able to use her hand to pull herself up in there. I took a little stool with me, set outside so she could step right up on it. But I got to talking to her. I said, hey, man, I said, you know, between the two of us, they couldn't find enough spare parts to make another person. She got to laughing. But that's the way it goes, man. You know, I've had them troubles here right frequently here lately. It was last spring. I had injured my back, or last summer. And for no reason. Stuff just pops up, man. You know. And then what was it, my ankle last fall, and then now it was my knee. You know, and you know, it's nothing major. Hey, man, I mean, it takes me out of commission for a day or two, about 3 days, 4 days maybe. But it's that stuff happens all the time. If you ain't got to be in there, you ain't got to get up at a certain time somewhere you got to be, man. It's a lot easier to take if you outside and you ain't got to do it. That's one of the perks of being retired. I tell anybody, man, get your stuff and get. You know, hey, it sounds easy. I understand. You know, but I used to hear a lot of guys at work say, hey, man, I'm gonna hang in there another year or two or whatever, because I just ain't got enough to go. They ain't even check. I'm telling you, if you go get you an extra set of eyes from somebody who knows what the heck they're talking about, it gives you a lot of confidence in being able to get on out of there. It did me, man. You know, and there ain't no secret to getting enough, man. I don't know of any. I mean, the only way I knew it was work. If you can't live below your means, the only thing I could understand was there's two options. You know, either make more money or cut back on what I was spending. And that's the only way I knew to do it. And you know, if you can do both, man, that's a double plus for you. But man, and you know, now I'm sitting out here under the sunlight and enjoying a pretty day, and I'm fooling in the garden today. But it just ain't worth that extra year, man. It's the time you're losing. You know, you gain time the day you walk out the gate the last day. You've bought your time back. You know, however you choose to spend it, man, it's yours to do with what you please when you please. And that is, I mean, it's priceless, man. Because your health's going to go down. You got to daggone enjoy it while you can. You know, whether you're spending time with your grandkids or just sitting on your rear like I do, man. But it just ain't worth that extra year, I don't think. And that's some of the reason I left early. You know, it bothered me to leave early. As a matter of fact, this year was the year I'd planned on actually leave. I was hoping to get out this year. But when I went and got my numbers checked, they said I could get when I was ready. And I didn't believe them. But man, that last year I was employed, man, I said heck on it, man. You know, it got to a point where they was asking more of me to keep a job I no longer needed. So I told them kiss off. But man, if you get the chance and it's something you want to do, hey, if you don't want to go, stay there, Doc. There's nothing wrong with working to the day you die. It's not something I want to do, but I know a lot of people that done it. and it just wasn't me. But if you can get them numbers to work, you know, even if you can't, you know, if you can with a little bit of help, you know, part-time job somewhere, there ain't nothing wrong with working in retirement. It ain't for me, but hey man, millions of people do it every day. You got to do what you got to do. But I'd recommend anybody get it. You know, if they got the opportunity to get the heck out of there, man. You're not in. It's about the future. You know, your health's going to go down. You're going to start getting tired quicker and easier. Do you really want to still be in there at 80 years old because you got to? I mean, I didn't. So, I don't know, man. But y'all enjoy your Easter weekend, will you? And I'm going to try to enjoy mine down here, try to stay out of trouble. But listen, y'all take care of yourselves, man, and we'll talk to y'all later.